The general consensus before the rally began was that if Carson can't be president, he'll be on Trump's dream team. Some thought that Carson might be too nice to be president, which would balance out Donald Trump.
What is important for Americans to recognize also is that just because a person is soft-spoken and is nice and is considerate doesn't mean that they're not tough.
Carson spoke about American values and letting God lead the public once more.
Ask God to give us wisdom. I say listen to your heart. Do not listen to the pundits. If you listen to the pundits, we're going to be lost. Because we are talking about our children. We are talking about the future of our nation.
Carson spoke about the current generation not being as motivated or willing to work hard as generations before them.
You know, sometimes you just have to think out of the box. You know, I remember when I was in college, and I would come home to Detroit in the summer sometime, and it would be hard to get a job because, you know, GM and Ford and Chrysler weren't doing so well at that time. But you know what? I always found a job because I didn't do what everybody else did. I didn't look at the want ads and the posters. I would just get on the bus, and I would travel until I saw a business or a bunch of businesses, and I would get out and I would knock on the door and say, hello, my name's Ben Carson, I'm a student at Yale, I'm home for the summer, I'm looking for a job.
Carson presented himself as one of the middle class, but preached about his upper class education and ideals.
So I went to the Young Rubicon building, got on the executive elevator, went up to the executive suite, waited for the secretary to turn her back, and darted into the guy's office. And he said, Benjamin, how nice to see you. How are things at Yale? And I said, things are great, but I'm home for the summer and I can't find a job.
With beliefs about taking responsibility for our learning and our futures, Carson left the crowd cheering for more. But many millennials might be disenchanted with his message and underwhelming solutions for student loan debt.
Make the student responsible for the principal and the school responsible for the interest.
For Northwest Student Media, I'm Brandon Travis.